Respected dear friends, welcome. Congrats that you are regular. Good that the chance is given to me that we are able to learn chanting and also meaning of Bhagavad Gita, of a stotram, and also some simple sutras for bettering our life. It's a delight every day to meet you and be spending some time with you. So be delighted in that mood always of readiness to learn, readiness to implement what is learned, and enjoying the growing, enjoy the evolution. Make your mind entered into that mood. Remain in that mood only always. And then you know that minute by minute, day by day, the time is passing, and in that passing of time, there are three things. One, what is happening around us, which is not at all, in our control because the divine is the will, he is doing it. Then how best we are utilizing it for our own evolution? Do we have a goal of our own? And in spite of all events and odds outside, negotiating through them, are we reaching to our goals? Our focus should be on that. In this way, purpose of our Gita classes, our other classes is to awaken the intellect's capacity to think and understand, of course, taking the guidance from already uh, thought and knowledgeable rishis and munis through Shastra. They've already thought over, they got all the knowledge, they gave in the Shastra. We using that, learning, using our intellect to think better, decide better. So, welcome. Today, too, we'll have three things: our Gita, 11th chapter, then one common sense thought. Third one is chanting, learning of chanting and meaning. Yesterday, we concluded the Gita Dhyana Stotram, and today we will learn what can we learn? One, two, which is the month Savan Ka Mahina going on. So, we have done Shiva Sambandhi, Lingashtakam, Shiva Sambandhi, Kashi Vishwanathashtakam, we have done. We have done the Bala Mukunda Ashtakam, then Krishna Ashtakam, so many. So we learn from today for 6 days MAARGA BANDHU Stotram, Lord MAARGA BANDHU. Okay, this is written by Appaya Dikshitar, a great saint of Advaita Vedanta Jnana and a great musician and all of 14th, 15th century. Tamil Nadu, somewhere near that Vellore, there is a Lord Shiva's temple. In that Shiva Mandira, he wrote this Stotra, Margabandhu Stotra. So that 6 shlokas it has, including, I think, Falashruti. So 6 days, every day, one, we will learn it. Beautiful tune, nice to learn. Okay? Let us start with our everyday prayers. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In our Navagraha Suktam, today's Graha is Rahu, the eighth one. 3 times I will chant, you listen, learn it later on. Om Kayanaschitra Abhuvadhuti Sadavruddha Sakha Kayashachishthaya Bhruta Ayangauh Vrushnirakrami Dasanan Mataram Punaha Pitarancha Prayansuvaha Yatte Devi Nirrutirabhavan Dadama Grivasvavicharityam Idante Tadvishyamyayushona Madhyadatha Jiva Pitumaddi Pramuktaha. ओम अधिदेवता प्रत्यधिदेवता सहिताय राहवे नमः। ओं कयानश्चित्र आभुवधूते सदा वृधः सखा कयाशचिष्ठया वृता आयङ्गौः पृष्टिरक्रमेदसनन् मातरं पुनः पितरं च प्रयन्सुवः यत्ते देवी निर्वृतिराभवन् ददाम ग्रीवास्वविचर्त्यम् इदं ते तद्विश्याम्यायुषो न मध्या तथा जीव पितुमद्धिप्रमुक्तः ओमधिदेवता प्रत्यधिदेवता सहिताय राहवे नमः। ॐ कयानश्चित्र आभुवधूते सदा वृधः सखा कयाशचिष्ठया वृता आयङ्गौः वृष्णिरक्रमे दशनन्मातरं पुनः पितरं च प्रयन्सुवः यत्ते देवी निर्वृतिराभवन्दग्रीवा भवन्ददामग्रीवा सविचर्त्यम् इदं ते तद्विश्याम्यायुषो न मध्या तथा जीव पितुमद्धिः प्रमुक्तः ओमधिदेवता प्रत्यधिदेवता सहिताय राहवे नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति. Tomorrow Ketu Graha, with that it will be over. Then we'll take Nakshatra Suktam, which has got 27 nakshatras, therefore 27 plus 3, 30 mantras. So every day one month we are booked in our Veda mantra chanting only for your and my sake. Good. After the chantings, now let's come to our first topic of the day, that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In this we are seeing the Vishwarupa Sandarashana Yoga. Here in the 10th chapter, we saw the practice of seeing the Lord in every of the thing. And we were given the training of Vibhutis of Paramatma. In the 11th one, as asked by Arjuna, Bhagavan, having given him Divya Chakshu, is revealing his Vishwarupa, wherein Lord himself is in the form of entire Vishwa. Therefore, everything in the world which is appearing to be having its own independent existence, which is appearing to be separate from the other thing, which is appearing to be nothing beyond and behind it, all of that are known to be supported by one Lord only, in the sense in that one Paramatma only the entire Vishwa is there. Therefore, Vishwa is Bhagavan's Rupa only. That learning we are learning here. When Bhagavan is showing Vishwarupa, Arjuna is seeing and he is describing to us that great, grand, glorious Vishwarupa of Bhagavan. And through the practice of Vibhutis, as we saw that in and through everything we have to discover the presence of God. Through the listening and understanding of Vishwarupa, we must know that everything in the world is always in the Lord only. Its arrival, its stay, its departure. From these 2, 11 and 12 chapters, practices of Vibhuti as well as Vishwarupa Darshana, we come to the understanding that there is nothing in this world which is other than apart from independent of the Lord. And that Lord is to be experienced on the seat of meditation in our own heart as our own self, with the Lakshanas told to us by the Upanishad called as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, and the technique of sadhana given by the Upanishad through the meditation in which all the gross things of all our personality layers are transcended, and in the deep core on the seat of meditation, that God in whom the whole world is manifested and getting unmanifested, we experience. Remember, God is everywhere, but experienced only as in our heart as our own self. Self of me, the real self of me, the real me in me. The pseudo me is this me with the body, with the senses, with the mind. Without all the body, sense, mind attachment, who am I? Is it not? Like without these expressions that I'm a father or I'm a brother or I'm a son or all the who am I? I'm a man apart from all those. The man through wife is husband, through son is father, through father is son, through sister is brother. But this man is different from all. The real man will be caught when you transcend the husband, the father, the brother, son. How do you transcend them? From what conditions he is called as husband, brother, when you keep them away, then he as a man is discovered. So too, who am I? I am 50 kg. That is with the weight of the body and its weight. Okay, I am intelligent with my intellect and its intellection. I am smart. I am good in my qual. ये सारे मेरे उपाधियों के द्वारा मेरा निर्वचन है. Who am I without all this? I am someone who is called as this because of these things. Like a man, through his education, he is doctor or this profession. Through the money, he is called Karodpati. Through the position, he may be called as a secretary of an organization, something. But he is somebody other than all of that, no? So, who am I who is other than all this present me? The present me is three. One is the dreamer, second is the sleeper, deep sleeper, third is now the waker. In the waker, I am million. And every time I become something or the other through doing something, gaining something, indulging in something, etc. In dream also every day different dream I become different. Who is the one who is becoming so many? On that inquiry, then we discover ourself. That self experience is the experience of God. Before we do that, first to get out of the our too much involvement in the world, we must know that the whole world also is nothing but the expression of same God. That is why these two chapters of 10th and 11th. This was told in 7th and 8th and 9th also, the Vibhutis. But the 10th was totally dedicated only for the practice of Vibhutis of God. So in everything, God is there as the self of them, or an important aspect of that species or specimen. In the 11th one, all of them are in God. So God is in all in is God. Therefore, all is God. This is all theory. Which God, as I just now told you, the pure self in us, and He is known only through experience. Any God seen as object is a part of the world only, not the God who is the substratum of the world. Therefore, the experience of God, darshan of the God is only as our own inner self. Please remember, keep it in mind as you grow in your study of Shastra, in your listening, your intellection. Slowly, you will be given the information, knowledge of all these things. Aim it. And a child prodigies are there at very young age, they become 10th pass graduates. Is there a you can child prodigy in your spirituality? You can do. If you study Shastra, you'll understand why not. ठीक है थोड़ा टाइम देना पड़ता है मेहनत करना पड़ता है क्लियर नाउ एनीवे भगवान को अर्जुन ने पूछा भगवान स्टार्टेड शोइंग विश्वरूपा and that Sanjay also describes to Dhritarashtra starts describing he sees aneka vaktanenam anekadu darshanam he says so too he says thousands of suns blazing in the horizon at one time that light also is lesser than the brightness brilliance of this Vishwarupa which Krishna is showing Arjuna is seeing. Then Arjuna himself, having seen the Vishwarupa, one by one, he just describes to the Lord as if to get the correction or the nod. Yes, what you are doing, seeing is right. Therefore, you are able to see my Vishwarupa. And that has become a very helping thing to us. That when Arjuna described, Sri Vyasji has noted and is written in our Geetha. So then we are able to understand. Now, just like we understood the Vibhutis of God, here we are understanding the Lord as his Vishwarupa. In that we have seen two shlokas. Okay, today we will see 16 हो गया 15 हो गया 17 18 हम पढ़ेंगे ठीक है दो मंत्र before that just for chanting sake 15 16 Arjuna says Arjuna vacha pashyami devan tava deva dehe सर्वान् तथा भूत विशेष संघान् ब्रह्माणमीशं कमलासनस्थं ऋषींश्च सर्वान् Uraganshcha divyan. These are the five things I am seeing in the Lord your Sharira Dehe. Second shloka, I am seeing you only having what? Aneka baho udara vaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvatah anantarupam नान्तं न मध्यं न पुनस्तवादिं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूप. So Aneka, Bahu, hands, Udara, stomachs, Vaktra, mouths, Netra, eyes. I am seeing you with n number of hands and eyes and stomachs and mouths. Pashyami Tvam. Sarvataha. Anywhere I am seeing you only. Ananta Rupam, in infinite forms, you are alone seen. Then na antam na madhya purahata ava adim. There's no adi madhya anta to you. You are beginningless, endless, and modificationless in between. Third one, Pashyami Vishwa Ishwara. You are the Lord of the entire Vishwa. And Vishwarupa is like a title song. This is a Vishwarupa Sandarsana Yoga. So that word Vishwarupa comes in this sloka. So Vishwarupa, विश्व जिसका रूप है वो भगवान आप है, आपके उस रूप में ये सारे विश्व को मैं देख रहा हूँ. Like that. Okay. Now let us chant three times, the 17th and 18th. Okay. Is Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita अथ एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपसन्दर्शनयोगः. अर्जुन उवाच अथ सप्तदश अष्टादशौ श्लोकौ. ॐ अर्जुन उवाच 3 times. किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रिणं च, किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रिणं च, किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रिणं च, किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रिणं च, तेजोराशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तं, तेजोराशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तं, तेजोराशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तं, तेजोराशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तं, पश्यामि त्वां दुर्निरीक्ष्यं समन्तात्, पश्यामि त्वां दुर्निरीक्ष्यं समन्तात्, पश्यामि त्वां दुर्निरीक्ष्यं समन्तात्, पश्यामि त्वां दुर्निरीक्ष्यं समन्तात्. दीप्तानलार्कद्युतिमप्रमेयं, 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 दीप्तानलार्कद्युतिमप्रमेयम्. त्वमक्षरं परमं वेदितव्यं, त्वमक्षरं परमं वेदितव्यं, त्वमक्षरं परमं वेदितव्यं, त्वमक्षरं परमं वेदितव्यं, त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानं, त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानं, त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानं, त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानं. त्वमव्ययः शाश्वतधर्मगोप्ता, त्वमव्ययः शाश्वतधर्मगोप्ता, त्वमव्ययः शाश्वतधर्मगोप्ता, त्वमव्ययः शाश्वतधर्मगोप्ता. सनातनस्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे, सनातनस्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे, सनातनस्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे, सनातनस्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे. 2 times. अर्जुन उवाच किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रिणं च, तेजोराशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तं, पश्यामि त्वां दुर्निरीक्ष्यं समन्तात्, दीप्तानलार्कद्युतिमप्रमेयं, त्वमक्षरं परमं वेदितव्यं, त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानं, त्वमव्ययः शाश्वतधर्मगोप्त, सनातनस्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे. अगेन किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रिणं च, तेजोराशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तं, पश्यामि त्वां दुर्निरीक्ष्यं समन्तात्, दीप्तानलार्कद्युतिमप्रमेयं, त्वमक्षरं परमं वेदितव्यं, त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानं, निधानं, त्वमव्ययः शाश्वतधर्मगोप्ता, सनातनस्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे. See the beautiful mantras. Chanting itself gives such a delight, such a beautiful our Sanatana Dharma. Shastras with having knowledge up to the level of giving us liberation, keeping them away. Where are we running into this world, wasting all our time, mind, energy in trying to gain those small little flickers of pleasures and all? That's not being a Hindu. A Hindu seeks the eternal happiness through the spiritual sadhana by studying Shastras from the Guru. Keeps that as the main goal. Then only for the survival and for the sake of time pass, he will just discover things in the world and they uses them only to the extent where they don't disturb spiritual sadhana. That is a true Hindu. इतने बड़े बड़े सुंदर शास्त्र उसका ज्ञान इसको में रियलाइज करना है व्हाट यू गो टू सन मून एंड ऑल यू गो बट इनसाइड आल्सो देयर इज सन मून द लॉर्ड उनको भी पहचानो इज इट नॉट such a great our shastras beautiful this Vishwarupa as Arjuna is seeing and describing everyone of us can see remember anything which in the world known or discovered it won't give moksha because it's an objective thing it may have some utility every time that utility may not be there like you discover a cell phone उससे बाहर का चीज मिलेगा काम आएगा but it won't give moksha to you a friend he will give you some help he won't give you moksha mother father ये सारे मोक्ष नहीं देते हैं ये सारे हैं बाहर के हेल्प करने वाले any objective thing or being will not give liberation it will give some pleasure some happiness some comfort some security some help but all of them come and go. But this discovery of the self through spirituality, it liberates you from all your limitations, clutches, and gives the infinite experience. That's called liberation. है कि नहीं इसलिए प्रधानमंत्री बनो तो नाम मिलेगा रेस्पेक्ट मिलेगा बट मोक्ष नहीं मिलेगा याद रखना प्रधानमंत्री क्या यू कैन बिकम इंद्र एंड चंद्र एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट बट यू वॉन्ट बी लिबरेटेड ओनली थ्रू आत्मज्ञान एट्थ चैप्टर एट्थ वन है कि नहीं आ ब्रह्म भुवनालोकाः पुनरावर्तिनः अर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते we have seen all that na so therefore through all these studies of the Geetha and Shastra keep spirituality as the goal and move ahead and like simple suggestion if you like it you do it now in this mantra 17 Arjuna is saying and therefore describing Lord's Vishwarupa है ना सब नास्तिक आर अफ्रेड ऑफ इट जैसे 11 चैप्टर तो है ही नहीं गीता भगवान कृष्ण का विश्व रूप दिखा ही नहीं अरे तुम क्या लोग तो गीता भी नहीं बोलते कृष्ण भी नहीं बोलते हमको तो सब कुछ झेलना पड़ता है देयर आर नास्तिक आई सी दैट तमिलनाडु यूजलेस somebody हिंदुइज्म को ही इज ब्लेमिंग व्हाट एन एरोगेंस व्हाट ए and in his name the name is Hindu name only huh? Is it not Sanskrit names only they are and they say ki Sanatana Dharma is divisive. Arey, is only Sanatana Dharma talks about one without second truth reality beyond all Jati Varna Ityadi. Funny fellows. Indians are the enemy of Indians only. See that rank, then they get converted into Christianity and all, how the minds and brains are washed off. See, you know, such a glorious Sanatana Dharma के छोड़ने ही वाले नहीं शत्रु बनकर such a pain. That is why we have to study our Sanatana Dharma, its glory, practice it, spread out it, sustain it, give it to your next generation. Let them know the glory of spirituality, glory of Shastras, glory of our traditions, glory of our own original this Sanatana Dharma. All are offshoots only. क्या करें? Okay, now Arjuna having seen that Vishwarupa, he is saying, I am seeing you, the Lord, with Kiritinam. So Bhagavan wearing that beautiful Kirito. That crown on the head having lot of diamonds and jewels and all of them. Kiritinam, I am seeing you, O Lord. Kiritinam, huge form of the Lord with Kirita. Gadinam, Bhagavan having his Gada in the hands. The name of the Gada is Kaumodaki. Gadinam, I am seeing you. So in the Vishwarupa of the Lord, the whole wholesale is seen, the retail also seen. All of them are in the Lord only. So the Lord is that infinite subtle substratum on whom the macro and micro both are projected. That is the essence mainly. So Kiritinam with Kirita, Gadinam with the Gada in the hands, I am saying you. Chakrinam, having chakra in your hands, Sudarshana chakra, such you I am seeing. So the Lord's form, as Arjuna is seeing, it is flexible, it is moving, it is showing one by one reel, one by the scene, or all is seen at one go. Therefore, but Arjuna is seeing one by one. अब कैसा भी देखो, but his jnana chakshu is opening up for the seeing of the Lord in the Rupa of the Vishwa, in whom the whole Vishwas Rupas are seen. So Kiritinam Tvam, I am seeing you. Gadinam with Gada, I am seeing you. Chakrinam, I am seeing you with the chakra in the hands. Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam cha. Then Tejo Rashi. With all this, Bhagavan is nothing but the Rashi, the whole embodiment of Tejaha, the Divyata, the divinity only, the light, the brightness, the splendor, the resplendency. Tejo ke Rashi, Teja Rashi, Tejo Rashi. And this Teja Rashi is Sarvatah Deeptimantam. All directions of that Tejo Rashi Bhagavan is Deeptimantam, full of Prakasha only. Sarvata Deeptimantam. So everywhere that is full of brightness and brilliance, nowhere there is any darkness, etc. Tejo Rashim, Sarvato Deeptimantam. Then such you I am Pashyami, but Dur Niriksham. It's because you gave the Divya Chakshu, I am able to see it. But otherwise, you can't hold on your vision onto such form for the long time. Durnireksham, like Lord sun in the afternoon 2 o'clock. I say, देख you can, but continuously seeing, your eyes will be spoiled only. Durnireksha hai, Surya Bhagwan. So to a welding shop, you see that welding sparks coming. ऐसा देखकर इधर देखो तभी जाकर आपकी दृष्टि खराब होती है. But go on looking at it, it is so powerful that your eyes get blinded. That's what Durnireksha. So too during Grahana, so many places which are not possible to be seen by us because of the brightness and brilliance. So your this Rupa is Tejo Rashi hai, Sarvato Deeptiman hai, Dur Niriksham hai. It is impossible for me to hold on my seeing you. And Samantat, for all directions you are like that, wherever I see. And in that you have the duty for me to compare. कंपैरिजन के लिए दीप्ता वेरी वेल ब्राइट ब्रिलियंट अनला दिस इज फायर अर्क सूर्य दीप्त अनल अर्क द्युतिम अप्रमेयम है ना Anala means fire, Arka is Surya. The highly blazing fire and the summer afternoon sun, those type of the duty or prakash or the light or brightness I am seeing in you. And such you are aprameyam. You cannot be known through any of the pramana. It cannot be measured by any means. Only one has to be blessed by you with that divya chakshu that one can see you. Deepta anala arka dyutim aprameyam. So Kiritinam, Lord with Kirita, seen by Arjuna. Gadinam, there is one hand, Gada. Chakrinam, there is another hand, Chakra. Okay, the other two hands Pushpa and you can have the Shankha Chakradhatma. Aisa. So Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam. Then Tejo Rashim. You are nothing but the Teja Punja only total. Sarvata Deeptimantam. The Tejas of yours is widespread everywhere. Sarvato Deeptimantam Tejo Rashim. And such you I am saying, which is Durniriksham. Not easy to hold on the vision for long time to see. Savantat. All the direction. Deepta Analar Arka Dyutim. The very bright, brilliant fire and the Agni, fire and the sun, those lights are there of you. I am seeing everywhere. Aprameyam, you are immeasurable, unknowable by any means. So, and from this, therefore, Arjuna comes to a understanding about this Lord to be Tavaksharam Paramam Veditavyam Ityad. So these are all very pure Vedantic thoughts. Arjuna has heard earlier many times from his gurus and all. So he is now spiritually talking the Lord. Having seen those forms, connection between this and that is what? The unmanifest, the Lord of pure, infinite Satchidananda, alone in the form first in a samashti level, as the Vishwarupa expresses, in whom all the Vyastis take their place and position and projection. And we are at that individual Vyasti level, taking ourselves as real, taking the person in front as real, And we don't know both of us are connected by the infinite Lord, of whom we are only part and parcel. We are only in the body, on his body, we are all components. That's it. ये पता करने lot of vicharana you have to do, lot of giving up you have to do. You have to give up all your identity with the body and all. And on the seat of meditation, when you meditate on the samashti, then you will discover you, this particular individual, is part of the total only. 7, 8 things are told. Now, to each one, I have to explain with the quotations of Vedanta, Upanishads. So, it will take half an hour, 1 hour. So, I will not do all that. I'll just explain you the literal meaning. Now, Arjuna says, because I have seen you with the Shakti given by you, O Lord, with that Divya Chakshu, I am seeing you, and from that you are seeing your vision, I am assuming to be like this. So, this is what is about you, my knowledge now. What are they? First, Tam Aksharam. You are the imperishable truth or reality, Parabrahma. Then you are Paramam. You are the supreme most than anything else. Everything will come and go, but you will always stay. So, Tam Aksharam, that is Paramam. दोनों मिलाकर बोलोगे तो अक्षरम परमम. You are that supreme imperishable, and supreme imperishable paramam aksharam is a word taken from the Upanishads. In the Upanishads, the supreme imperishability is a lakshana told to be that of Brahman. Therefore, by saying you are parama akshara, Arjuna is saying that, oh Lord, you are Parabrahma only. So in Mundaka Upanishad he says, Atapara ya tad aksharam paramam adigamyate. Akshara Parabrahma. So, Tam Aksharam Param means you are supreme imperishable Brahman. Tam Aksharam Paramam. And therefore, Veditavyam. In fact, that Akshara Parabrahma has to be known. That is only worthy of knowing thing. Because when you know that, you become one with that. When you become one with that, because that is blissful and infinite, you discover your own blissfulness and infinitude. Therefore, the limitations of the finitude, the limitation of misery, they won't touch us. That's called moksha. Therefore, the Lord alone is Veditavya. See, there are so many things. Jnatavya, Praptavya. Jnatavya means to be known. Praptavya is to be attained. So all obtainable to be known things, millions we see in the world. But once we know them or gain them, still we remain empty. What is that having known which, gained which? We are no more empty. No more things remain to be known or gained is Paramatma. And Paramatma is not gained. It's only known. Knowing is gaining there. इसलिए वेदितव्य. It has all come in the 10th and 9th chapter in the initial shlokas, even 8th and 7th. मयासक्तमना पार्थ योगम युजन उदाश्रय संयम समग्रमाम यथाज्ञासे तच्छृणु. All of that. ज्ञानम तेन सविज्ञानम इदम वक्ष्याम्य शेषतः. See, यद ज्ञात्वा नैह भूय अन्यत् ज्ञातव्यम अवशिष्यते. 7th chapter. 9th also. कि इदं तु ते गुह्यतम प्रवक्ष्यामि अनसूयवे ज्ञात्वा नैह भूय अन्यत् ज्ञातव्यम अवशिष्यते. मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यत्ताम सिद्धानां कश्चिन् माम् इति तत्त्वतः. All the 7th chapter. 9th also. Ananyas 9th. Idam tu te guhidam pravakshami anasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam vijnatva mokshase ashubhat. All we have seen earlier. So, Tam Aksharam Paramam means you are the Supreme Brahman, who is Parama Akshara, imperishable. Veditavya means you are the one to be known. Knowing you, everything is known. If you are not known, anything known, but that is ignorance only, because you are not known the substratum. Therefore, पहले भगवान को जानना चाहिए. उनको जानने से सब जाना जाता है. जानना ही पाना है. उसको पाने से सबको पाया जाता है. इसको जान पाने का कुछ रहता नहीं. Therefore, there is no samsara or struggle. No limitation. So, Veditavyam. Third one. Tam Asya Vishwasya Paramam Nidhanam. So, whole Vishwa of the names and forms we are seeing, you are the support of all of that. Param Nidhanam. Supreme support of that. In you only they are all supported. So, like there are two ways of seeing the meaning of support. Like I am standing on the ground. So, the ground is support to me. This is physical body of mine is standing on that. But the other support is what? What is that because of which I am existing, first of all? Is not that factor is the real support of me? In that way, Tam asya vishwasya param nidhana means the whole world in the core of it. What is there as itself, without which it cannot be, that is Paramatma. In that way, he is the supreme abode and support of everything. Param nidhanam. Okay. Then Tam avyayaha. You are the imperishable, changeless entity. Shashwata Dharma Gopta means what? Ki you are the protector of that permanent dharma, or you are permanently protecting the dharma. शाश्वत रूप से धर्म का गोपनम करने वाले. गोपनम मीन्स गुप्ता. गोपना गुप्ता मीन्स बचाने वाला, उसको प्रोटेक्ट करने वाला, रक्षा करने वाला. शाश्वत धर्म का गोप्ता है और धर्म का शाश्वत गोप्ता है. Now this is a beautiful thing. With this we can have a relaxation that nobody dare can destroy or do anything to our Sanatana Dharma, because the Lord says that your Dharma is Shashwata Sanatana Dharma, and He says that Shashwata Sanatana Dharma का मैं अवतार के रूप में आकर उनको बचाते रहूंगा. Like the India, how much suffered it is with adharma of non-Hinduism last 65 years from the independence time. But luckily, by the prayers of all and Lord's willing, somebody came now ruling as a Dharma Gopta. Within the country, there are some states. They are temporarily doing all this, Natanki. But the Lord will see to it that this Shashwata Sanatana Dharma ka Gopanam protection hoega. But the point is what? In between, before the Lord does his Leela, you and I also, if we can take action and see to it that those who are troubling our Sanatana Dharma, they are taught a lesson, then that melancholy, that suffering, that dukkha will not be there. That you and I have to do. Anybody who talks against Sanatana Dharma, कोई भी हो, उसको कान खींच के पूछना चाहिए. So you mind your business. If you are not interested, keep quiet. Why are you talking negative about it? And what these fellows, whoever has spoken about this, I gave you the example. Did he study Upanishads? Did he study Geetha? Did he study all Ramayana, Mahabharata? और बकते जाएगा मुंह से बेवकूफ, whoever he may be. You study all Shastras with Shraddha. Then you talk about it. Without knowing, how do you have the right or authority to speak? Buddhu. Anything you don't know, you must believe with faith. If you don't have faith to believe, you keep quiet. You have no right to talk on something which you don't know. Talk against something which you don't know. Like I can talk to you as you are a good person. I don't know, but I can talk to you as good. Because talking good can be without knowing also. Because there is no harm in it. But how can say you are bad without the proof? To say the bad, you have to have the proof. To say the good, proof is not required. Faith is okay. Same way, if you want to say Sanatana Dharma is not good, you study first of all. You know it. But डरते हैं, पढ़ते नहीं. Even they do with biasness. In the mind, when already impurity is there, biasness, then how much ever even God comes and tells you will not believe. That is a Mahamaya. Nobody can help that person. You will have to die, born as animals and Pashu for some 10,000 lives, and in some life, one Mahatma Guru blesses him. Then he will have that positive samskara of belief in Sanatana Dharma. Then, through the study of Shastra, he discovers the Lord and gets liberated in some more 10,000 lives. Anyway, so Tam Avyaha Shashwata Dharma Gopta, then Sanatana Tvam, you are eternal, Chirantana, Nirantara. Sanatana Tvam Purushaha, you are Sanatana Purushaha, Me Mataha. This is what I believe. This is what I understand about you, Lord, having seen this Vishwarupa of yours. So this is what I said. These are all the Vedantic, pure, spiritual, Upanishadic words. Arjuna might have heard earlier. Therefore, he spoke this Lord as that Brahman only. So we just told only one word. That's why I said every word I have to explain through study of the Upanishadic mantras and the logic and explanation. 1 hour लगेगा एक एक का. But main तो बताया तम अक्षरम परमम वेदितव्यम Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam asya vishwasya param nidhanam tvam afeha shashvata dharma gopta sanatana tvam purushaha sanatana purusha tvam iti me mataha. This is what I understand you, O Lord. Like that, pure beautiful mantras are there. Every day, please chant at least twice, thrice at home these mantras. Download the Gita from hundreds of sites that are there and then keep chanting. This is what Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam cha Tejorashim Sarvato Diptimantam Pashyami Tvam Durniriksham Samantat Diptanalarkadyutima Prameyam Twamaksharam Paramam Veditavyam Twamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam त्वमव्ययः शाश्वतधर्मगोप्ता सनातनस्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे. गीता का ये आज का पाठ. कल और 2-3 श्लोक देखेंगे विश्वरूप वर्णन का. And you must have your own capacities to bring all these things on your meditational seat to see the Vishwarupa of God. For that, other than giving this information and telling us to do the meditation, I can't help you. You can't help me, no? मेरे को पढ़कर खुद ही मेरे को विश्व रूप का ध्यान करके तो होल विश्व इज भगवान रूपा. देयर इज नथिंग अदर देन द गॉड. Therefore, everything is worthy of my respect and reverence. With this knowledge, I have to change myself for my own peace, my own evolution. So too you have to do for yourself. Okay, thank you. Now in today's common sense thought is really common sense and simple. What is that? The mischief of the mind and its solution. First of all, have we ever known about ourselves, our capacities? At present, if you see them, the very meager minimum only. Now, look into our mind and intellect. What the mind does, conceives our plans, such huge, huge things to do and achieve which we don't have our own resources, abilities. This is the mischief of the mind. Mischief of the mind to conceive our plan to achieve those things or do those things which are beyond one's own capacity. This is the mischief of the mind. Okay, then what to be done as a solution? Bring the intellect. Understand your abilities and capacities, and then know what is in your daira, in your control, what is in your hands, what is in your abilities to do. Focus only on that. If I think with the mind things which I cannot do, I can become frustrated everywhere, like parents. Now, what they can do for the children, and I bring them up by giving them food, etc., by putting them in educational institutions and guiding them with whatever little knowledge you have. This is what in the hands of parents there. Beyond that stupid children, whether they listen to you or not, they are getting influenced by the other fellows outside and what prarabdha they brought from inside. अभी तुम्हारे हाथ में नहीं है वो कितना करोगे. You will be frustrated only. The two types of frustrations we have to avoid are one, the frustration arising out of not doing what we are supposed to do. How do you avoid it? By doing. Second frustration comes because of inability to do some things which think in the mind of doing. How to avoid that frustration? Accept that you can't do it and leave it. Like I can talk on Gita in my way, what I can. No more than this, I can't have the ability to do a dancing or a singing or making you laugh too much or bringing some logics, examples and make you entertained and convey this thought to you. And I can't pull the whole youth of the India 60 crores to come. Even though I love and everybody should listen to my Gita. No, it's not in my daira, my control. No, I can't be frustrated about it. It's not in my control, full stop. What is in my control? Every day sit 45 minutes and talk on Gita. अब इस पे focus करो. So make a plan in life. What is that? Whether it is education, getting a job, sustaining in the job, whether it is taking care of parents or children or friends, children or friends. What is in your hands? What is in your control? First achieve that. Which is not in our control, leave it to the Lord and His mercy. You know, like what is in our control, we have sent the lander to the moon, it landed there. Now from here you are controlling. You have put it in sleep mode now. Before that you made the lander once hop and come down, which is a very miraculous achievement. लैंडिंग करने के बाद भी ओ विक्रम को हॉपिंग कराना in your hand it is. Now you can't avoid the night that happening in the moon, which is 14 days, yeah, where the temperature goes to minus 250 degrees, something like that. Then once those days are over, again the sun comes. Whether this rover will be functional or पूरा जकड़ कर जाएगा, you don't, it's not in your control. Is it not? Life may, the mind should know what is in my hands. My intellect should know and guide the mind. What is to be done by me can be done by. In that, without compromise, let us do. And the all other things which are beyond our reach, we should learn the art of, stopping to worry much. Leave it to the care of God. Because there is somebody, the Lord, who has his own purpose, who has his own ideas, how to conduct the whole world. है कि नहीं? Everywhere it's so. The paper wala, he'll throw the paper in your door. No, you can't control whether you are studying, reading that paper just then or after 1 hour or 2 hours or not at all reading. कोई कोई लोग होते बस मंगाते पेपर लोग पढ़ते नहीं, एक महीने का ऐसे पड़े रहते हैं पैक्ड. No, the paper wala cannot command it. I'm just giving a small example. In the same way, we cannot command anything in the world. Like I can talk on Geetha to you. More than that, what can I do? आई कांट फोर्स यू बेटा लर्न करो बाय हार्ट करो. चल स्वामी यही ज़्यादा है वो बोलेंगे आप. बेटा इसका अमल करो मतलब अप्लाई करो, इम्प्लीमेंट. आई कांट बियॉन्ड दैट. Is it even at the body level? I can do sufficient exercise, take food, good medication. I can't do beyond that. Even after that, if the body gets diseases, मैं क्या करूं? I can't. It is like that only. There are very small are our abilities, health and resources. Remember, abilities and strengths, sorry. With that, very few things we can do. What we generally do in the mind is conceive such big, impossible things and not able to achieve them, we get frustrated. One of the impossible thing we try to do and get frustrated is wife or husband or children or friends. उनके मन को बदलने का कोशिश. First of all, you mold your mind. You can't do this your own mind, and you are trying to educate them, change their minds. That is impossible task. You can tell, you can suggest, but you can't force. No, you can put a seed in the soil and put water. More than that, you can't command that seed when to come it comes as a sprout. You can't command. Nobody in the nature, nobody that can command. Only the Lord from within it. Also, after that also, you can protect with the shield around that plant. But when will it get the flowers or the fruits? Which size, how many? क्या आपके अंदर कंट्रोल है उसके ऊपर? You can't. But what is in your hands, you must recognize and do it. Especially regarding the people. Friends, you can't control them, how long they'll be your friends and for what purpose. If you consider him as friend, the law of friendship is help. If he also gives the help friendship, take it. Help, take it. Beyond that, if you make him permanent to you, if you become jealous and tell him, don't become the friend of other fellow, other than frustration, nothing will come to you. When he finds a better fellow than you, why should he not go? Like if you get a fellow better than him, you will go. Like if you get a better Swami than me to speak, you will go. How can I stop you? It's wrong. I tell you, go only. मुझे रोकना ही नहीं चाहिए. From a best Swami, the best Geetha class, you have to get for the best knowledge for your own betterment. In fact, that should be my love for you also. स्वामी इस तरह सब चले जाएंगे तो what will you do? I am not talking for you. I am talking for myself. For my clarity of Geetha subject. Think about this. Common sense thought of what is in our hands, in our control, doable by our abilities, efforts. Focus on that. Which is not in our hands, relax. Leave it to God. Don't get worried about it. Today's common sense thought is that. Okay. Now the third topic of the day, as we said, Today onward for 6 days we'll be chanting, learning and the meaning of a beautiful stotra. It is called as a MAARGA BANDHU stotram. Okay? MAARGA BANDHU. The one who is a Bandhu, the one who protects us, helps us, gives us resources required in our MAARGA. The three margas which we have are everyday's marga of just traveling in your car or scooter. ये मार्ग में आपका ये रक्षा करेंगे, कोई एक्सीडेंट करने नहीं देंगे, होने नहीं देंगे. Second marga is whatever the goals you have chosen for the life, no? In the path of reaching those goals, this Bandhu, Lord Shiva, who is Marga Bandhu Rupa, he will protect you. Take care. The third is the spiritual marga of knowing the Lord Shiva Tattva itself. In that spiritual sadhana marga also, he is a Bandhu. He will keep on guiding us, protecting us, seeing it that we reach through that marga to the destination. And this Stotra Marga Bandhu has got 6 shlokas with a first liner, which is the every time after every shloka it is chanted. You call it a Pallavi and all that. Given by Appaya Dikshitar, the great saint. He has written also the Vedanta Paribhasha. Appaya Dikshitar of 14th, 15th century, Tamil Nadu. His place, there's a Shiva Lord Shiva's temple. So maybe that Lord's name is Margabandhu or he named Margabandhu or on that Shiva's name, he requesting him to be a Bandhu on the Marga. Title as Margabandhu, he might have written this Stotra. But beautiful, very powerful. Thousands and thousands and thousands of stotras of all gods that way are there in our Shastras and Anand Dharma, which are appeal to you of each god, 2 or 3. You select them and through the chanting of them, invoke the God's blessings for your own success. That's why I'm going on teaching one after the other stotra. Because our main thing is Bhagavad Gita, how important. But other two are anyway you're coming and I'm sitting. Why not add 2 more? Out of the love, out of the love for the Shastras and you, I am doing. Only Gita 20 minutes khatam karke I can do. I can do in 5 minutes only. My dear friends, today is 18th sloka of Gita, 11th chapter. Let us chant Tavaksharam Param Vetavyam, Tavasya Vishwasaparam Nidanam, Tamavya Shastra Dharma Gopta, Sanatanastam Purushom Matome. So इसका अर्थ ये है भगवान को अर्जुन ने ऐसा कहा कि मेरे मत में आप ऐसा हो because you have shown me this विश्वरूप. हो गया 3 मिनट. Why I'm chanting 3 times, 4 times, why every word I'm explaining, total explaining, and what we have to learn from that. So that our intellects get that data required for contemplating, knowing. So to why we are adding common sense thought? Because the most uncommon thing is common sense today's world. With all the technological knowledges, the people are missing the inner common sense by which inner and outer life is peaceful and successful. See today's thing, what is not in our control. Just look at that. Don't worry. What is in our control, do that. Is it not helpful? Otherwise, as I said, trying to control everybody, everything, hota hi nahi, then you become frustrated throughout life. And they make others also frustrated. I do my job, that's it. Pakka. Baki Prabhu इच्छा है. Why it happens, how it happens, I don't know. In the same way, so many stotras we have learned. This is today one Marga Bandhu Stotram. So, first is at Pallavi mein Shambho Mahadeva Deva. Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Devesha Shambho. Shambho Mahadeva Deva. So, it's a vocative. Shambho, a Shambho. Sham means Shanti. So, Dene wala, giver of peace. Then again, Mahadeva, greatest of the gods. Then Deva Isha, the Lord of all the Devatas. Then Shambho, giver of all, not only peace, but the knowledge. Again, third time, the Shambhu comes, that is the giver of prosperity. The prosperity, peace, and knowledge, giving God. Therefore, in this Pallavi, 4 times Shambhu comes. Shambho Mahadeva, Deva, Shiva, Shambho Mahadeva, Devesha, Shambho. Again, Shambho Mahadeva, Deva. So only 4 words. Shambho, Mahadeva, and Shiva, Devesha, Shambho. Shiva is auspiciousness. So Sham, Shanti, Shiva, auspiciousness, Mahadeva, greatest of the gods, Devesha, god of the gods. These are the only things you repeated, that's it. That is the Pallavi. Now each of the shlokas now, 6 of them. First, who is that Lord whom you are doing namaskar and invoking to give you the peace, prosperity and wisdom? One, Phala Avanamrat Kiritam. Abhi dekho Kiritinam Gadinam of Lord Vishnu also Visa. Phala Avanamrat Kiritam. The Phala Bhagatak I have a beautiful diamond studded Kirita that Lord Shiva. Marga Bandhu is Lord Shiva only. We are studying Marga Bandhu Stotram written and given to us by Appaya Dikshitar. That Marga Bandhu Stotra is addressed to Lord Shiva, asking him to be the Bandhu, the helper, protector in our Marga of spirituality, Marga of life's goal, Marga of every moment's walking, every moment's traveling in any mode of the transport, everywhere we go. So to that Lord we are doing salutations and prayers to through this stotram. So in the Pallavi, Shambho Mahadeva Ityadi, so the first sloka is Phalavanamrat Kiritam. The Lord who has got Kirita up to this Phala Bhaga. Beautiful. Second, Phala Netra. Phala Netra means the third eye. The forehead में जो third eye है, Archisha, with the fire of that, Phala Netra Archisha, Dagdha Pancheshu. He has burnt that Lord Manmatha or Kamadeva, who has got 5 arrows in his hands, Cupid. In 5 arrows, he shoots the hearts of the people by which people get infatuated for that lust and desires. Of that Kamadeva, this Bhagavan Shiva with his fire of third eye, he's burnt him like what? Keetam, like a small कीड़ा मकोड़ा कैसे जल जाता है अग्नि में, like that he has burned that Pancha Ishu Kita. The Pancha Ishu means the 5 arrow having that Kamadeva is burnt like a small insect. So किरीट है सर पे, तीसरे आंख के अग्नि से वो कामदेव को एक कीड़े की तरह जला डाला. फाल नेत्र अर्चिष दग्ध पंच इषु कीटम. शूलाहतार शूलाहतार Atikutam. So he has got in his hands the Shula, the Trishula, with which so many of the terrible enemies are finished by that Lord. Shulahatara, Shulahatara, Arati Kutam. Arati means Shatru. Kuta means group. Shula means the Trishula. Hata means killed. Shulahatarati Kutam. Then Shuddham. Bhagavan is pure in his intentions. Ardha Indu Chudam. On his Chudamani has got the crescent moon adding to his beauty. Shuddham Ardhendra Chudam. Then Bhaje Margabandham. To this Margabandhu Lord, my salutation. So, okay. So, first is what? Phala Avanamrat Kiritam. There is a Kirita on his head. Second, Phala Netra, third eye. Archicha with the fire of it. Dagda Panchaishu Kitam. That Kite Kitara. That Kamadeva is burnt away. Shula Hata Arati Kutam. Arati Kutam. The group of enemies. Hata killed by Shula with the trident in his hands. Shuddham. The Lord is pure, immaculate. Ardha Indu Chudam. He is having on his Chuda at the head, the hair, the Ardha Indu, Chandama, the crescent. To such a beautiful Lord, I am Bhaje Marga Bandhum, the one who is a helper to me on my Marga. Bhaje, I salute him. Bhaje means I salute, I serve, I worship, I praise, and I pray to such Lord. In this way, there are beautiful 5 or 6 shlokas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now let us do the first one. Om Shri Margabandhu Samba Sada Shiva Paramatmana Anugraheణ Upanishadukta Brahmatmaikya Bodha Siddhyartham Purane Itihasokta Bhagavad Bhagavata Darshana Anugraha Anubhava Praptyartham Sanatana Dharmasya Vaidika Hindava Samskrutehe Sampradayanam Shastranam Punaruttana Punarjagarana Vishwavyapti Dwara Vishwa Adhyatmika Pragati Dwara Vishwa Shanti Kalyana Ekata Praptyartham Asmin Karvan Nishtitanam Asmakam Sahira Rogeshwari Kshemasthairia Dhairyadi Sahita Sat Sadhana Sampada Sanukuleta Prapti Dwara बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धनुष्ठापन कार्य दिग्विजयार्थम श्री अप्पय्य दीक्षित योगींद्र रचित मार्गबंधु स्तोत्रांतर्गत प्रथम श्लोकस्य पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. Okay, 6 times. It will take 4 minutes. Let us do. Okay, starting. Shambho Mahadeva Deva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Devesha Shambho Shambho Mahadeva Deva. So it is to attract the Lord's attention and then do puja and then praise to him, prayer to him. This goes with every of the shloka. No, first shloka. Phalavanammrat kiritam Phalanethrarchishadagda pancheshu kitam Shulahatarati kutam Shuddhamardendu chudam bhaje margabandhum Shambho Mahadeva Deva. Okay, this is how it is. Again, second time. Shambho Mahadeva Deva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Devesha Shambho Shambho Mahadeva Deva Phalavanamrat Kiritam Phalanetrarchishadagda Pancheshu Kitam Shulahatarati Kutam Shuddhamardhendu Bhaje Margavandhum Shambho Mahadeva Deva. Again, Shambho Mahadeva Deva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Devesha Shambho Shambho Mahadeva Deva Palavanamrat Kiritam Phalanetrarchishadagda Pancheshu Kitam Shulahatarati Kutam Shuddhamardhendu Chudam Bhaje Margavandham Shambho Mahadeva Deva. Again, Shambho Mahadeva Deva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Devesha Shambho Shambho Mahadeva Deva Phalavanamrat Kiritam Phalanetrarchishadagda Pancheshu Kitam Shulahatarati Kutam Shuddhavarthendu Chudam Bhaje Margavandham Shambho Mahadeva Deva. Again, Shambho Mahadeva Deva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Devesha Shambho Shambho Mahadeva Deva Phalavanamrat Kiritam Phalanetrachishadagda Pancheshu Kitam Shulahatarati Kutam Shuddhamardhendu Chudam Bhaje Margavandham Shambho Mahadeva Deva. Last. Shambho Mahadeva Deva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Devesha Shambho Shambho Mahadeva Deva Palavanamrat Kiritam Palanetrachishadagda Pancheshu Kitam Shulahatarati Kutam Shuddhamardhendu Chudam Bhaje Margabandhum Shambho Mahadeva Deva. Like every time, first day the whole stotra chanted, and the last day again once more. We have done it for everybody, every stotra. इसका भी हमको करना है ना, और second onwards. अंगे विराजद्भुजङ्गम् अभ्रगङ्गातरङ्गाभिरामोत्तमाङ्गम् ओङ्कारवाटीकुरङ्गम् नित्य संसेविताङ्घ्रिं दिव्य संसेविताङ्घ्रिं भजे मार्गबन्धुं शम्भो महादेव देव नित्यं चिदानन्दरूपम्. Sorry, second one. Ange virajat bhujangam abraganga taranga viramottamangam omkaravati kurangam siddha samsevitangrim bhaje margavandham shambho mahadeva deva nityam chidananda rupam ninhutasesha lokesha vairi pratapam कार्तस्वरागेन्द्र चापम कृत्तिवासं भजे दिव्य सन्मार्गवन्तुं शम्भो महादेव देव कन्दर्पदर्पग्नमीशं कालकण्ठं महेशं महाव्योमकेशं कुन्दाभदन्तं सुरेशं कोटिसूर्यप्रकाशं भजे मार्गबन्धुं शम्भो महादेव देव मन्दारभूतेरुदारं मन्तरागेन्द्रसारं महागौर्यदूरं सिन्धूरदूरप्रचारं सिन्धुराजातिधीरं भजे मार्गबन्धुं शम्भो महादेव देव अप्पय्य यज्वेन्द्रगीतम् स्तोत्रराजं पठेद्यस्तु भक्त्या प्रयाणे तस्यार्थसिद्धिं प्रदत्ते मार्गमध्ये भयं चाशुतोषो महेश शम्भो महादेव देव शिव शम्भो महादेव देवेश शम्भो शम्भो महादेव देव शम्भो महादेव देव. Beautiful, no? This is what our Marga Stotram. 5 days will conclude it. Then our common sense thought we saw today. What is in your hands and control? Let us do only on that. Other things we have no capacity. Just pray to the God and leave it. So to about increasing your capacities and performance, that's different topic. Huh? I'm talking about the worrying, brooding, and being tense and creating tension to others. About those aspects in which we have no control. That's what the topic discussed. Increasing your abilities, your powers, your talents, and in performing better to achieve the things. हम उसको नहीं बात कर रहे, वो तो निरंतर करना ही पड़ेगा ह्यूमन बीइंग को. Otherwise, you will progress, you will be stagnant only. Now the Geetha also we have seen Vishwarupa, 2 more shlokas. Arjuna Kiritnam Gadinam, so to Tumaksharam Paramveditavyam. These we have seen. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you. Om. Durjana Sajjana Bhuyat, Sajjana Shanti Mapnaya Santa Uchita Vandebhya, Muktas Chanyanu Ochet, Asato Masat Gamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Murtyor Mamurtangamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamachita Purnasa Purnamadaya. Purnamevavashishidam Shanti 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 Om Sri Guru Bhyanama. Bol Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai, Geeta Mata Ki Jai, वेदव्यास भगवान की जय, सद्गुरु महाराज की जय, आज के आनंद की जय, समस्त युवा मंडल की जय. ओम. Yeah, friends, tomorrow we'll meet.